at you with another video going into depth about how to set up events, event tracking, and even conversions within the new Google Analytics 4. I'm super excited to jump into this with you guys, but before I do, I just want to mention that if you find any value in this video, and if you're interested in e-commerce content, then you're definitely going to want to subscribe down below and hit that bell icon. I've got a ton of content coming out in regards to scaling and growing your e-commerce store, and this is going to be the channel you want to check out if that's what you're interested in. So just to jump into it quickly here, I'm going to minimize my face, and then we can go ahead and jump right into this. So what we're looking at here is the real-time view. I was just checking real-time just to make sure that that the site's working and the I guess the tag is correctly implemented. So, or at least the implementation tag. So you can see I'm in Scottsdale here, and both of these I guess real-time views have actually came through on the real-time page. So what I'm actually going to do here quickly is I'm going to jump over into Google Tag Manager, and then the very first thing I'm going to do is show you guys what exactly needs to be done on the Tag Manager side to get all of this implemented. So basically today I'm going to be showing you how to implement click tracking. Today we're going to be tracking a button click on a Shopify website, and the button that I want to be or at least tracking is the Buy Now button, or the Buy This Book button. There's not really any other buttons on this page that I want to track at this moment. The main one that I want to make sure that we can track is anybody pressing through and trying to actually order the book from the home page only. Or actually, we can actually do it from any page. So what we'll do here quickly is set up our triggers. Or actually, what I'll do first is make sure our variables are set, and that we have the click variable already enabled on the site. So it looks like click element. There we go. So let's go into triggers, and then we can just start setting this up. So what I'll actually do is I'll go ahead and preview the page, and I'll go ahead and take advantage of the new preview and debugger tool to get a better idea of what selectors we need for our Google Tag Manager. So let's go ahead and create our new trigger. The very first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to say that we need a Google Analytics 4, we need an alt elements click, and we're just going to go some clicks, and then let's actually jump into Google Tag Manager and go ahead and launch this real quick. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just click the Buy the Book button. I can actually delete that. And then we can come over here in Tag Manager and see what that button click is. Actually, it didn't look like that one went through. So we got a link click. We can come over here to the variables, and then I'm going to go ahead and let's do click text. I think is going to be the way to go. So I'm just going to go buy this book, or buy the book, excuse me, and then we can go click text equals buy the book. And not to get too deep into instructions on how to use Google Tag Manager, but you can also add, let's say, another variable here. And usually I would go ahead and do like a page URL variable equals, and we could say like if we wanted to only track this for the home page, or if we wanted to track it specifically for any page on I guess the website, that is totally possible. In this case, I'll go ahead and delete this, and we'll just go ahead and track the click text, or when somebody clicks this buy the book text. So I'll save this. Actually, I forgot to name it. We'll go let's do click. And then we can actually say whole site. So we can actually just do buy book button whole site, and that makes sense just for naming conventions later on. Got that saved. Now what we can actually do is go in here and actually make a tag for this. So once this loads up, we can make a new tag. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up a new Google Analytics 4 event tag, and then I'm going to go ahead and configure this so that it is for the Google Analytics 4 property. I'm going to name this buy book button press. Buy book button press. Buy book button press. I don't know why that's so hard to say. So then we got parameter name. We can go ahead and name this. Same thing actually, probably would be fine. And then we can go ahead and add our value in. So we're going to say we're going to make this an event. And we can trigger this on anytime somebody presses the buy book button on the whole entire website. So what I'll do is I'm going to copy and paste this and use that as the title. And then I'm going to save this. And now what we can do is I'm going to actually exit out of the past debugger, and I'm going to submit these changes. I won't say anything about these changes because it's pretty straightforward. And now we are good to go. So what we're going to do is go ahead and click the preview mode again and just check out and make sure that everything is firing correctly within the site. So we can go preview. And then we can go ahead and launch the site once this loads up. And we're connected. And now what we can do is go ahead and click that button and see if book button press, it's there. So let's see if it fires when I press it. And perfect. So it looks like we got the book button press to fire perfectly on when I press the button. What ended up happening here is we can click into the link that I clicked on as well. Just make sure everything's looking good here. So that is basically how I would recommend tracking link clicks or link clicks as events within Google Tag Manager. I can go into more depth about all of the different kind of trigger events that we can set up, and I'm also wanting to do a deeper video and a deeper dive into e-commerce tracking as well. I think that will be a key area for a lot of people to kind of dive into. So just quickly, let me address another quick question because I know I'm going to get it. So, and it looks like we might be double firing on some of these. I'll take a look, but maybe not. Maybe that's just the other pages that we're loading up. But I'll take a look at that later. So what we got here is event counts by event name. So we can see that we got book button press, we got one button press here, and then what we can actually do is if we like, and this won't appear right away, I'm pretty certain, but let's just double check. Yep, so in 24 hours, all of our updated events will load into the All Events tab. And then what we can end up doing is going in here and then marking which of these events that we want as a conversion and that we want to track as a conversion within Google Analytics. And those will all appear within the conversion events as well. And I plan to do more videos on this in the future, going into more depth about how to track conversions on Google Analytics 4. I know it's a lot of people are starting to just kind of dive into it, and they're wondering like, where are all of the past views at? Where can I go and find all my data? And the thing about Google Analytics 4 is it's actually really interesting because you have to go in and actually set up each piece of data that you actually want to be tracking, and then I guess put in what you want that value to be in terms of if you want it to be a conversion or if you want it to be any other kind of variable as well. So those are all kind of things that I'm thinking in regards to the new Google Analytics 4 and setting up events. So let me know if you guys have any questions on this, and I'm always around to answer them. Thanks, guys.